Hey guys, so today we're gonna talk about my experience to camp. I'm not gonna get into too much detail about camp itself. I am gonna talk about a couple of things that I did learn, and I'm gonna do all of this without looking at any notes. So that's gonna be an adventure. So back in about March, the weekend of March the 10th, I was invited by my SSD to go to Camp 1.0. And I accepted the opportunity to go, but I wasn't sure if I really wanted to go. So I was kind of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Ultimately, I ended up going, and I'm really happy that I did. There was a lot that I learned going to camp. One of the biggest things that I did learn is how to be a better me. And you be like, but you went to Scentsy camp. How did they teach you how to be a better you? That was just the type of people that we were around. We were around some amazing leaders. We were around some amazing consultants and leaders and stuff like that. We were at a really nice place. I'm really looking forward to going next year. A couple of things that I did gain business wise was how to run my business better, how to be a better sponsor. I did learn that there is more than one way to do the same thing. You just have to do what works for you. And it was mainly just to dig deep to who you were as a person, as a consultant, and stuff like that. So that's ultimately what I did. We played games. Games was fun. We played this game called Right, Left, Center. So if you've never played that game, you should really find a group of people to play that game with. So I really thought that was fun. We did a lot that I really don't know if I can share. So I gotta be really, really careful with that. But it was really getting me out of my comfort zone. And y'all already know I like to be comfortable in my zone. But it got me out of my comfort zone. This video is really not going to be super long if y'all don't already realize that. But one thing that I did get to appreciate was the opportunity to be chosen to go. So when my SSD sent me a message and was like, hey, you want to go to camp? I was like, what? So we kind of went back and forth a little bit, and I was still pretty unsure about it. Super excited to have been given the opportunity, but still really unsure about it because a part of me felt like that's not something I deserved, if that makes any sense. And y'all are probably going to be like, girl, you deserve it all. That's not how I feel. Until I went to camp. And then I realized it was a lot of us who felt that way, and it wasn't just me. So that was pretty cool too. So camp has taught me to move beyond what I'm comfortable with. Camp has taught me to always be consistent. And y'all know I'm always talking about being consistent, but camp has taught me different ways to be consistent. So it's not always black and white. It's not always the same thing. There are going to be other ways to do something. You just have to find those ways. Camp has definitely taught me that. I got to learn so much about so many different people, stories and memories that we were able to make, and sacrifices that we were able to make. I think going to camp was one of the biggest sacrifices I've made in my business in the 5 years that I've been a consultant. I've done SFRs and I've done world tour, but for some reason, going to camp was a totally different sacrifice. It wasn't because I was leaving my family for the weekend, because I've left my family before to do other things. It wasn't because I was going off to do something by myself for my business, because I've done those type of things before. I think it was the fact that it was something new. And if you know me, you know I don't really like new. I do like to be very comfortable. So one life lesson that I have learned and that I'm going to take forever is that I am important, and that my business is important, and that no matter what is really holding me back, because we're going to always have those things that's going to hold us back, and no matter what that is, we can still kind of get over it. And you're gonna be like, is that all you learned in camp? That's all I learned, enough that I can talk about in camp, because I don't know what I can and cannot say. I don't even know if I could be doing anything, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So that was that. And what else? I think that's it. If I come up with something else, we'll do a camp visit 2.0 video.